Hey everyone, it's Amanda Rieger Green coming to you to talk about a few things. One, the full moon in Sagittarius with the sun coupled in Gemini. If you remember, 30 days ago we had the same full moon in Sagittarius and the sun in Gemini. So two full moons in the same zodiac signs within a 30-day cycle is a blue moon. So we are on our second Sagittarius Gemini full moon. The cool thing about this is it's like a do-over. So the energies that were exalted a month ago, we've had a month to work through them, and now we get to tweak it. So you might want to look back at my video that I did a month ago just to lay the foundation, but I'll do a quick recap for you. Prior to that, we were in a Taurus energy, which is a very earthbound, nurturing, like a spring type energy, a time for seeds to germinate and start to sprout. So when we moved into the Sagittarius and Gemini energy, Gemini is an air sign. Its ruling planet is Mercury, which also went direct at the time of the full moon. Mercury, the planet of communication and information technology, and Sagittarius is a fire sign with the ruling planet Jupiter. So it was fire and air, and together fire and air combust, air fuels fire. So for you, I'm not sure how this played out, but for me and for most people around me, this past month has been very fast-paced, like action-packed. There's been a lot that's transpired over the past 30 days. So what you may want to do is you may want to look back. The theme that I threw out there was focused diligence. So being very focused in what your long-range goals are from those seeds you planted back in that Taurus energy, looking at them, nurturing them, and being focused on the direction you're going. What you may want to do now is look back over the 30 days and see maybe a few themes that have emerged for you and where they need tweaking. So also what's happened within this 30-day cycle is we had a grand cross, and the grand cross helped us to move from that retrograde phase where we had those 5 planets in retrograde, everything turned in, looking inward, again, that germination period, to the moving outward and the external. So a grand cross helps us literally cross over. But what we've got going on now at the time of this full moon and the energy around it is another grand cross, except instead of Venus being with Saturn, Jupiter, and Neptune, we've got Mercury with those 3 planets. So Mercury being the communicator. So now you've had a little bit of time to move things externally. Now you should be able to communicate it, and especially coupled with this full moon in Sagittarius and Gemini. Sagittarius being the visionary, the truth seeker, and Gemini being the duality, both sides of the brain, the male and the female, the yin and the yang. So finding that balance between the internal and the external, the ego and the heart. I could go on for days and days about where to find that balance and that alignment. But what you're trying to do in this energy is start to cross over and bring things to fruition. So look back at maybe some patterns in relationships. And by relationships, I always say it's not just with a romantic partner or a spouse or your friends. It's your relationship with your health, your body. It's your relationship with food and nutrition, your relationship with your profession, your relationship with your heart, with yourself, with your emotions. It is just a time to look at maybe what patterns have emerged and where you need to tweak them a little bit to set you up for those long-range goals. Couple more things that are going on at the time of this full moon. Neptune has turned retrograde. Neptune, if you know anything about Neptune, it is coupled with Pisces, and it's in its home sign right now. And when Neptune goes retrograde, it's a 5-month retrograde phase. So it will come out of retrograde around Thanksgiving. But Neptune is the deep seas. It is the subconscious, the unconscious. What goes on underneath the surface. This is a real time of soul transformation these next 5 months. So what you're putting into action now, what you're noticing about patterns that you want to change so that you can grow and find your truth, that Neptune energy over the next 5 months will help you. So just know that by the time we hit fall, things are going to kick off a little bit differently. So this is just a good energy to start to tap into you. And by you, I mean your truth, your soul, your higher self, your connection with God, source, and spirit. One more thing that's pretty cool. In all of this energy, we've also got the summer solstice. So the cool thing about that is we've got a full moon, which full moons shed light on things. They bring things to completion. The moon is a feminine, nurturing energy. And the sun, with the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, is the masculine. So you've got the yin and the yang. You've got this polarized energy, but they're both exalted. So you've got this masculine, roaring lion strength coupled with this beautiful lunar energy. So it is a time, and it's a time when there's a thinning of the veils, what we call the physical world on this planet, in our human body, with the matters of the heart, the matters of the divine. So it's an opportunity to really see beyond, or to see within. So just take this time to nurture yourself. I brought a crystal with me today, and it is fluorite. Fluorite comes in a variety of forms. It can be solid colors like purple, green, yellow, but this one is rainbow fluorite, and it's actually a combination of green, purple, some clear, some grays. And what's cool about fluorite is it's really good for harmonization. So it's good to harmonize with this stone, which means bringing into balance, but not only to balance, a beautiful harmony, a beautiful melody. So you start to hear the beautiful music that you play. One theme that has come over the past month for lots of people is, in this fast-paced energy, there is sometimes major indecisiveness. And I don't mean indecisiveness on what you're going to have for dinner, or what you're going to do for the weekend, but indecisiveness about big decisions, kind of straddling the fence. One day you're on one side, one day you're on the next, but not trusting that intuition and making a solid decision. This is a great stone for that. So I urge you to look up rainbow fluorite and its properties, and it's a good stone to meditate. It grounds you as well as connects you with the higher self. So I hope everyone really enjoys this full moon summer solstice and has a wonderful time kicking off our beautiful, beautiful summer. Take care. Namaste.